Pokémon Legends ZA is a game I'm looking forward to that drops this year, mainly because it's a Legends game, and the last one, Pokémon Legends Arceus, was a really good game that I enjoyed playing a lot. To be honest, it was the best Pokemon game that we got on the Switch, mainly because it was a breath of fresh air compared to all the other Pokemon games we got, so I'm hoping that this game has the same vibe. The other reason I'm excited about this game is because it takes place in Kalos. Anybody that's played Pokemon X and Y knows that Pokemon Z should have most definitely came out because of all the things that were left up in the air in the games. When Pokemon X and Pokemon Y came out, it was a very exciting time to be a Pokemon fan, and that was mainly because this was the first time that a mainline entry was going to be in 3D, and we're on a new system, which was the 3DS, so it was a very exciting time. Plus, on top of that, we got introduced to Mega Evolutions, we got a new typing, which was the Fairy type, and we also got a new evolution, which was Sylveon, and some of these were like some of the last times we would see it, because you know, we have not gotten a new type since this game, and we also have not got a new evolution since this game, so there was a lot of excitement when it came around these games, and it was just a very fun time just to be a Pokemon fan, especially like with all the like type of leaks in the core and stuff like that that was always coming out. It was always exciting, especially because like Mega Evolution was really dope, especially for the series. Like when it first came out, it kind of reminded you of like Digimon, because you know in Digimon they have like a further evolution, and that's kind of what it reminded me of. And of course we had all these different Pokemon that are getting Mega Evolutions. You had popular ones, and you had some that were surprising, like when Mawile got a Mega Evolution, because like on top of it, it was Fairy Steel, so it was very broken, so it was just really fun to play with Megas, and just like the whole X and Y experience was a really dope experience. Yes, there were stuff missing, and we know when it comes to Zygarde and the power plant and things like that, there was a lot of things that were just missing. There was a lot of things that were left in the game that just never really got any answers, especially when it comes to the legendaries, because the legendaries in this game, besides like the main two, they really didn't get no love, because like you have stuff like Diancie, you have Hoopa, and then you have Volcanion, and it's like, dog, all three of those never really got any plot like type of stuff when it comes to like the games. Like they really didn't show us stuff, and it wasn't until Oris and Sun and Moon that we actually got to see like what these Pokemon can actually do, besides like Volcanion, because you know he never really got nothing. I don't even think he even got like an official release. I think you had to like hack it to get his. I can't remember though, but yeah, a lot of them didn't really get the love they deserve, mainly because we needed a Pokemon Z. And of course we know now with like that big data leak that happened that a Pokemon Z was most definitely going to come out, because everybody always speculated that a Pokemon Z was going to come out, but we know that it was most definitely supposed to come out and it was in the works, but you know they canceled it, which is like, dog, they should have not canceled that shit. Like I don't know why they did that, when out of all the games that needed a third game, X and Y needed a third game. But with that out the way, let's talk about the trailer for Pokemon ZA, because I'm really excited for this game, because like it takes place in Kalos. Let's just talk about some of the things that I noticed in the trailer that I'm either excited for, or I'm worried about, or I'm curious to see like where exactly it's gonna go. Now the first thing I'm really curious about is like, how long does this take place between X and Y and then Pokemon ZA, because we know this game takes place in the future, and I just wonder like what's the distance between them, because one, in this game we see that AZ is in this game, and that's very important, and he looks vastly different than how he looked like in X and Y, because one, now you see that he's a little bit older, he has the hunchback. Yeah, we know he's been alive for like forever, but now we see he has like the hunchback. Kind of gives off that he looks like he's older than he actually was like in X and Y, because you know in X and Y he was just very sad and depressed and all that, but in this one he's like very happy. You see that he has his Floette with him, so, and he works at the hotel, so I'm curious to see what exactly is going to happen there, especially like lore wise, because we know that he has a lot of lore and there's a lot of things that connect to him, because like if you play the games, you know that AZ is a big part of the lore. And also the other thing we see in the trailer is Zygarde, and we see 10% Zygarde, and we also see the Zygarde cells, so I'm curious to see what's going to happen here, because like is Zygarde finally going to get the love that he deserves, especially in the region that he's from, instead of, you know, being in like Sun and Moon, that really made no sense at all, when it's like they didn't need to have him in Sun and Moon, they could have just put him in the Pokemon Z, just saying. But yeah, we see him in this game, and he more than likely probably will get some love, especially with the game being called ZA. I'm more than likely sure that Zygarde's going to get some love, and of course we're going to see 100% Zygarde in this game, because more than likely something crazy is going to happen, and then finally Zygarde's going to get like the plot that he deserves inside of a game, that we can actually see him be like 100%, because you know in Sun and Moon there really wasn't like no story or plot element for that. That was more just like collect all his cells that you can get him 100%, that you could actually use Zygarde, so it wasn't really nothing important really in those games. But I'm just hoping in this game that Zygarde gets the love that Zygarde deserves, because it's like you're in your own region, let's see you be 100%, and let's see you get the love that you deserve, and like when it comes to just like story wise. Now this game is going to take place in Lumiose City, which is very interesting, missing, and it's like why exactly just this city and not, you know, other places in Kalos? Maybe because, like, you know, they're waiting for maybe a remake one day in the future and they don't want to get ahead of themselves. Because one of the things you got to remember about Lumios is that a big portion of the city was cut off because of like the power plant, but now we should be able to access like some of the areas that were cut off in the original game, and we should be able to hopefully explore all of Lumios City, and we can see exactly what else they're going to add. I do hope that we can at least visit maybe one area outside of like Lumios City, like maybe the power plant, or, you know, they could finally let us go to southern Kalos, but I doubt they're probably going to let us do that because it just seems like this game's only going to take place in the city. But hey, you never know, but I'm curious to see what exactly is going to happen. Now, the one thing that I'm most excited about for this game is that megas are back, because megas was the best thing they ever did in Pokemon when it came to all the gimmicks, and then they had to stop doing it for all the other bullshit they were doing, because you had the whole Z Crystal bullshit, the Dynamax bullshit, all that other BS, and it's like all they ever had to do was continue making megas for Pokemon that deserved megas, because Mega Evolution was one of the best gimmicks they ever came up with, and then some reason they had to take it away, and it's just like, why? And I'm so happy we got it back. And like from this trailer, it basically shows that we're going to get like all the megas, but I'm really looking forward to seeing what other megas we were going to get in this game, because there's so many Pokemon that in my opinion deserve megas that would be really dope if they got megas. I'm really looking forward to that. And also, one of the other things I'm wondering is like, how soon are you going to get the keystone that you can use the megas? Because like, you know, when it came to X and Y, we got it at the 3rd gym leader, but the thing was, a lot of those mega stones we did not have access to until post game. So I'm hoping in this game we get access to all the mega stones, and they don't do no bullshit where it's like post game and all that, because I don't want that. I want to have access to all the mega stones. I will say, when I do go back and play X and Y, hey, I most definitely do hack in all the mega stones. I can have all the mega stones starting at the 3rd gym, that I could use any mega that I want, because that was one of the best things about this game, was just using all the megas. And it just sucked that a lot of the megas you didn't get access to until post game, and that shit was ass. So I'm hoping in this game we get access to all of them throughout the game, and ain't no post game BS, because I want every single mega stone that I can pick what mega I want to use. Now, this trailer showed us a lot of new mechanics that actually looked like it could be really interesting, and the first one they showed was the new battling system that low-key will remind you of the anime, mainly because you can move your Pokemon to dodge attack, and also you have cooldowns when it comes to your attacks too, and that's like really dope. I'm like, that kind of just reminds you of the anime. It's just like showing that, yo, you can't use the same move twice because there's a little cooldown, and also you can switch your Pokemon out in real time. So a lot of the new battling mechanics really do remind you of just like kind of the anime, and it seems like that's what they're kind of going for, and I'm like, thank you. That's something that's refreshing. It makes the game different. And you know, just like in Legends Arceus, how you had the 2 different battle styles, that's kind of what this reminds me of just like them trying to do something unique, especially if they add this for like the rest of the Pokemon games like in the future, because that'd be really dope. Because I like it that you could actually dodge. It's like I can actually dodge moves now instead of just like having the turn-based bullshit. Yeah, I enjoy the turn-based, but at the same time, hey, if I can move my Pokemon, that shit is fire in my opinion, and it's better than some of the stuff we got, and it makes the game at least a little bit more refreshing. And also, I saw in the trailer that we're still able to throw the balls just like how you were in Legends Arceus, so that's a plus, because I was like, thank you. That was one of the best things about Legends Arceus, how you could just throw balls. I didn't have to like battle the Pokemon. It's like you only had to battle them in Legends Arceus like if they ran up on you and they're attacking you and shit, but in this one it just shows that you can just throw the balls. One of the other things I do wonder is like, are Pokemon going to be able to beat your ass in this game? Because you know, in Legends Arceus they were beating your ass, and I just wonder, like, can you do this in this game too? I hope they still keep that mechanic, maybe, but we'll see. Maybe as more trailers come out we might know, but I just hope they kind of do keep that, because that shit was fun to be able to just dodge shit. So also, I kind of do want the roll. I hope they keep the roll in this game. And also, I saw that you can battle Pokemon on top of buildings, and then you can travel like from building to building, and that's going to be pretty interesting to see like how exactly that goes, especially with like traveling from building to building to see like what exactly is up there. So I think that's pretty cool. And one of the last things I did see is that there is a little bit of an art style change when it comes to this game in Scarlet and Violet, because you know, when it came to Legends Arceus, it had a really unique art style, and that's what really made that game stand out. Because in this one it has a slightly different art style when you compare it to Scarlet and Violet, mainly because, you know, in Scarlet and Violet they were going for that like real life texture BS and all that, but in this one it kind of seems like they took that away, because like when you look at the Pokemon in the trailer, they don't really have that type of art style. So it's like there's a slight difference when it comes to the art style. And one of the other things that I'm happy about when it comes to just like Mega Evolutions being back is that you can send your Pokemon out and it can Mega Evolution, it can beat Pokemon's asses, and I'm just like, dog, I was not expecting us to be able to do that. And it's like, you know how dope that is, just to send out your Mega and you can just run up on people and beat their ass with a Mega. Now that shit is dope. I'm happy about that. And also, there's a timer gauge when it comes to the Mega Evolution that it could time out, and I'm really looking forward to just being able to throw my Pokemon out and let it Mega Evolve and then go beat up a random like Pokemon. That shit gonna be fun. Now we got to talk about the elephant in the room, and that is the starters. Now when these starters got announced, I saw a lot of people were not happy, and the starter choices are very interesting, mainly because they chose 2 Pokemon from one generation and then they chose one from a different one. So the starters we have, of course, is Tepig, Chikorita, and Totodile. Now to me, I'm not mad about the starters that they picked. The only thing I'm kind of questioning is just like, why did they have to choose 2 Johto starters? Because in my opinion, Tepig and Chikorita most definitely do deserve to get like new Mega Evolutions and all that, especially because those 2 don't really get the love they deserve, and like, you know, they're not really that good competitively and all that. But then when it comes to like Totodile, we all know that Feraligatr is a beast. And Feraligatr has always been a beast. Yeah, I know the meta has changed when it comes to like where Feraligatr like ranks in just like the like OU and all the other like stuff. I'm not even sure exactly what it's in because I've not done competitive battling in a long ass time, so I don't even know where exactly Feraligatr is. But like Feraligatr to me has always been one of the better starters because it gets Sheer Force and then it gets Dragon Dance, Ice Punch, and all these other different type of moves. So like to me, it didn't really need to be like included with them. I feel like they could have picked something different, but I'm not mad because Totodile is one of my favorite water starters, so I'm not mad about that. And when you actually look down the starter list to seeing like what exactly could have got picked for this game, you already know Gen 1 and 3 are not getting picked in this game because they already have Mega Evolutions. And then like when it came to Gen 2, some reason they picked 2. And when it comes to them picking 2 starters from Johto, the only thing I could really think of is, you know, Cyndaquil got picked in Legends Arceus to get a new form, and I'm just guessing they wanted to finish Johto, and that's why they added these 2 here. And then, you know, like when it came to Unova, you know that Ashura got a new form in Legends Arceus, so I'm guessing that's why they picked Tepig. But it still is an interesting choice because I thought in all the Legends games it was always going to be 3 different Pokemon from 3 different regions. I'm not mad about the choices. We'll see exactly what happens. And also, you know, in original X and Y, you know, we got 2 starter choices because we got the starters from our friend and we got the starters from Sycamore. So I wonder if this game we're going to get like, you know, the option to get 2 stars. Like hopefully we can, and that would be really dope, and that would like fix a lot of the problems that some people have with some of the starter choices. So I want to talk about my final thoughts on the trailer. So, you know, after a year of like not getting no news on this game, for this to be the trailer that comes out, I'm not really as disappointed as some people were, but I can see exactly why they're disappointed because one, we really didn't see nothing new besides characters. It's like they could have showed us some new Mega Evolutions, maybe just like some new forms or something. They could have showed us something exactly new, maybe gave us more for the plot. I know we're going to start getting a whole bunch of more trailers now, especially because we know this game's coming out later in the year. They're going to give us more trailers and all that, but I kind of just wish they would have gave us a little bit more than what they gave us, like at least Pokemon wise. They should have most definitely showed us some new Megas. That would have made this trailer a little bit better than what it was. I know some people have concerns that this is going to remind them of Scarlet and Violet, but to me, from what I saw in the trailer, I don't really see the same shit that I saw in Scarlet and Violet, because Scarlet and Violet had a whole bunch of bullshit in there, and this one to me at least looks refreshing-ish. But we'll see like as we get more information about like what exactly is going to happen in this game. One of the things I am curious about when it comes to this game is like what's going to be the main like purpose of this game. Like what exactly are we going to be doing? Because I know they showed those wild areas where like, you know, they have all the Pokemon in the city, and I'm just curious like what are we gonna do? Like besides that, like is there going to be some overarching plot? Because yeah, you know, they did show that organization that more than likely is going to be an evil organization, but we'll see exactly like what exactly is the end goal when it comes to this game. Because like when it came to Legends Arceus, you know that the end goal was really just like making the Pokédex and all that, and just like getting all the different Pokemon that are in the Hisuian region. But in this one, I don't think that's really going to be the goal. There's probably going to be like something else we have to do. I'm pretty sure once we get an overview trailer, like it will explain everything exactly is going to happen in this game, or like what the main purpose of this game is going to be and all that. And you know, that one's going to more than likely be closer to the launch. You know, as more information comes out from either leakers or of course like when Pokemon puts out new trailers, then we'll finally be able to know like what exactly is going to happen in this game. But the one thing I'm looking forward to are new Mega Evolutions. If I don't see no new Mega Evolutions in the next 3 to 4 months, I'm gonna be pissed because I just want to see new Mega Evolutions. But yeah, let me know, how did you feel about this trailer? Did you like it? Were you disappointed? Did you not like it? Were you expecting more? Just let me know in the comments because I'm curious to see like what other people thought about when it came to this trailer.